Shammai and his followers, this Nazarene is Satan. Hillel and his followers, no, this child is a prophet of God. Stay with me, child. My old age will transfuse what I know into your knowledge, and you will be master of the people of God. Jesus, I solemnly tell you that if there were many like you, salvation would come to Israel, but my hour has not come. Voices from heaven speak to me, and in solitude I must gather them until my hour comes. Then, with my lips and my blood, I will speak to Jerusalem, and the destiny of prophets stoned and killed by her will also be my destiny. But above my life there is the Lord God, to whom I submit myself as a faithful servant, to make of myself a stool for his glory, waiting that he will make the world a stool at the feet of Christ. Wait for me in my hour. These stones shall hear my voice again, and vibrate, hearing my last word. Blessed are those who in that voice will have heard God and believed in him because of it. To them, Christ will give that kingdom which your selfishness imagines to be a human one, whereas it is a heavenly one. And therefore I say, here is your servant, Lord, who has come to do your will. Let it be consummated, because I am eager to fulfill it. And here, with the vision of Jesus, with his face burning with spiritual ardour and raised to heaven, his arms stretched out, standing upright in the midst of the astonished doctors, the vision ends. And she puts in brackets Maria Valtorta. It is 3:30 on the 29th. On the 29th of January 1944, Maria Valtorta says, immediately following this vision, I have here two things to tell you, and which will certainly be of interest to you. I had decided to write them as soon as I came out of my supper, but as there is something more urgent, I will write them later. What I wanted to tell you at the beginning is this. Today you were asking me how I had been able to find out the names of Hillel, Gamaliel, and of Shammai. By the way, I think here she's addressing Father Migliorini, who's the priest who's taking care of her in this matter of dealing with these dictations. She goes on. It is the voice that I call the second voice, which tells me these things, a voice even less audible than Jesus, and the voices of other people who dictate. These are voices, I've told you and I repeat it, which my spiritual hearing perceives as being identical to human voices. I hear them as kind or angry voices, strong or weak, joyful or sad, as if one spoke very close to me. The second voice, instead, is like a light, an intuition that speaks in my spirit. In, not to, my spirit. It is an indication. So, while I was approaching the group of the disputant parties, and I did not know who was the illustrious personage who was disputing so heatedly beside an old man, this internal something said to me, Gamaliel, Hillel. Yes, first Gamaliel, and then Hillel. I have no doubt about it. While I was wondering who they were, the internal monitor pointed out the third unpleasant individual to me, just as Gamaliel was calling him by name, and I was thus able to learn who was the man with the Pharisaic appearance. Today, this internal monitor makes me understand that I was seeing the universe after its death. The same happens many times in visions. It is this monitor who makes me understand certain details which I would not be able to grasp by myself, and which are necessary for comprehension. I do not know whether I've made myself clear. But I'm stopping here because Jesus is beginning to speak. And that's where this dictation ends, this particular one. By the way, when she talks about seeing the universe after its death, that vision is contained in one of the 3 quaderni, the notebooks. I can't remember which year, but at some point I'll have to get it out and read it, because it's fascinating, of course, being the end of the world, the end of the universe.